Hey friends, it may have snowed last week, but that's not going to keep me off the beach. Right? I've been making some sand castles here, doing some swimming, and last week we also wrote a goal. Right? So if you didn't write your goal last week, you're just joining us, go back to last week's lesson and learn how to write that goal. And we're always here to help you with that. We wrote a goal that was specific. We wrote a goal that was realistic. It's something that interests you and something that's measurable. And this week we're going to focus on the measuring part. How are we going to measure that goal to see if we're getting better? So we got to do a pretest. So this week you're going to develop a pretest and do that pretest. If you wrote your goal in basketball, I want to be better at basketball by shooting better free throws, maybe now is when you develop that free throw test. Okay, so make sure it's measurable. Is it going to be the number out of 10? And you have to be able to repeat that test because we're going to go through a process of practicing. And then towards the end of the year, we'll revisit and do that test again to see if you've gotten better. Okay, so make sure you can measure it. You might need a stopwatch, for instance, to measure your test. Maybe you're going to see how fast you can throw your ball. You got to actually get one of those radar guns that baseball pitchers use. Right? Maybe we're going to see how far you can kick a ball. Right? So you're going to need one of those long tape measures, field tape measures. Okay, so you decide how you're going to measure your goal. Okay, and as always, we're always here to help you. So as you turn those assignments in through our Google Classroom, we can comment, we can help you. You can certainly email us, and we'll definitely help you come up with a way to measure that test and complete that test. All right. Next week we'll start figuring out ways to practice and make yourself better. But this week, develop that test and do that test so we know where you're at with your goal. Okay. If you already mastered your goal, like let's say I want to be better at free throws and I shoot 10 free throws and I make all 10 of them, well, now we need to revisit that goal. Do we need to make our goal a little bit more challenging? Okay? Each one of you have a brand new set of goal for yourself document created in your Google Classroom. All right? This document has all 4 of the questions that we'll be answering from now until the end of the year. All right? So one of the first things you're going to want to do is bookmark this tab, bookmark this page, because you're going to be referring to this document quite a bit. Okay, put your name on it. I put Michael Jordan just for fun. Put your teacher's name on there, your classroom teacher. And then I want to go back to last week's assignment. This is last week's assignment where we wrote our goal. And I'm going to highlight that goal and copy it, Control C. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to bring it into this new document and just paste it, Control V. Now I have my goal so I can look back at that. That was last week. This week, we're going to do question 2. You can look ahead to question 3 and question 4, but we don't have to do those right now. We're just going to focus on question 2. How are you going to measure your progress? What is your pretest score and the date? So I want to improve my free throws to be better at basketball. So how I thought about that, and I'm going to shoot 10 free throws and see how many I make out of 10. So I'll type that in there. Check my spelling. Looks like I spelled wrong. I will shoot 10 free throws to see how many I make. I'll go outside, I'll shoot my 10 free throws, and first thing I'll do, I'll put the date in there on April 20, 2020. I made 3 out on April 20, I made 3 out of 10 free throws. Okay? Remember, friends, you're not going to get graded on whether or not you reach your goal, if you made all 10 or anything like that. We're more looking at the process and how we get there. Okay, so at the end, if you don't reach your goal, we'll look back and see what could have we done different? How could have we better helped you to reach that goal? If you do your pretest and you make all 10 of the 10 free throws, or you already make your goal, then we have to go back and revisit. Do we need to make our goal harder, or do we need to come up with a different test? So that's this week's assignment, is measuring that goal. Again, you don't do question 3 or question 4. We'll talk about those in the weeks to come. First thing you want to do, bookmark this tab. Second, put your name on this new form. third, cut and paste your old goal from last week into question 1. And the last thing is start to develop your test. Okay? I want to add, friends, that you're not going to get graded whether or not you make your goal. So challenge yourself. Again, make it something that interesting, and your test, make your test challenging, because we won't give you a bad grade if you don't meet your goal. We're going to grade you on the process of how we developed our goal, the tests we came up with, the stuff we did to practice. And if we don't reach our goal, then we're just going to reflect on that and look back. What could have we done better? Did we make our goal too challenging? Did our test not work? Right? So don't stress out about whether or not you're going to meet your goal. Right? It's more about going through the process. So now that you had a chance to see an example or two on how to measure that goal, right? Make sure you actually do your test and fill in that date so we can see where you're at. And then next week, we're going to start talking about how we're going to get better at reaching our goal. All right? Until next time, friends, I have to get back to playing on the beach, making my sandcastles.
I like to move it, move it.